tuning in. This is Optibotimus going to with another video review. And some time ago, I did the review of the Fall of Cybertron blaster that came with, well, Steeljaw, which is just a kind of repaint, mostly in I think a slight retool of the Ravage figure. This thing was a horrible waste of time, so I can't stand that guy. But we're going to be taking a look at the new Fall of Cybertron Autobot Rewind and Sunder. Now, Sunder is a repaint of Laserbeak, and Rewind is a repaint of the Rumble and Frenzy. You can see it comes with the two cassette or data disc holders you flip around here on the back, and yeah, they're the data discs in this new thing, and they got the holders. You got the tech specs for both of them. I do love the old school kind of G1 look. It says eject from Autobot Blaster to auto convert. Okay, and obviously Blaster is sold separately. And then you look up here at the top, and it says Autobot Rewind remembers everything. This makes him an excellent spy, though data overload often causes crushing headaches. Luckily, Sunder is there to soothe his friend's aching circuits with the gentle thunder of the dubstep beats he loves. So, okay. So honestly, I mean, this is probably my least favorite set, but it was a way for me to get these two figures without getting Soundwave, because I really didn't want Soundwave, and if I wasn't going to get Soundwave, then I didn't really need to get Rumble or Frenzy. Sunder is kind of like really no one. I don't remember during G1 Blaster ever having a flying companion. I mean, he had Eject and Rewind, Ramhorn, and Steeljaw, and that was it. He didn't have a flying guy, so whatever. But it doesn't bug me all that much. I mean, I still like the way that it kind of looks. And then obviously, like I said, Rewind and Eject were kind of a part of them. So Eject and Rewind are the most intriguing, that I suppose. And then Ramhorn is a completely different mold. Whereas all the ones share the same mold and slight retools, Ramhorn's all new. So, but I haven't found that guy yet. So there we go. There's the packaging. Very small, but there you see Eject and Ramhorn down here on the bottom. But yeah, very small packaging. Obviously, they're little small guys. So let's get them open and see how cool they actually are. Okay, so here we have Rewind and Sunder open up and out of their packaging, and obviously I got them here in their little Autobot cassette, which is really cool. I really do like this. It's kind of weird that it's harder to see this one because he's more of a blended in color, because he's this orangish color, so it makes it a little bit harder to see it. But with Rewind, you can actually see it pretty good. Then you just open this up, and then you really have to, there's no way to kind of grab it here. You have to push it through here, and then in doing so, you have to be careful that you don't actually hit the trigger button. But there you have the case for it. Now, a lot of people, when I first reviewed Steeljaw, they were like, get the Rumble and Frenzy and the Laserbeak figure because they're so much better and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to get those ones because I have no interest in having Soundwave. So I wanted this guy in Sunder and Eject and Ramhorn because I wanted Blaster, and that's really all I wanted. But they do have the little auto transformation gimmick, which is a lot better, I will say, on these figures than it was with this one. If you remember, when to transform this guy, you slammed it down, and then you had to finish a lot of the transformation yourself. So you rotate the legs, you had to flip the tail out, and then bring these down a little bit more. And here you had Steeljaw. I mean, and he was just kind of ugly. Rewind and Sunder are much better in terms of that auto transformation. Now, you still have to do a little bit extra, at least with Rewind, but to transform him, you just slam him. And he pops up, and all you really do is then just fold the feet out and rotate his arms down. I mean, really, that's it for him. And you can see that it's actually a pretty good looking figure. I mean, in terms of his articulation, he really doesn't have too much. His legs are kind of stuck here except for his knees. They move in and out just as part of the transformation. And then his arms will rotate here at the shoulder. And you actually got molded in hand. So really very cool. Now, to transform him back, all you do is, again, rotate these around and then fold this in, and then you kind of hold it there just like so, fold the feet down, and then you bring this up, and this is a little tough to do, but I mean, because you gotta kind of hold everything in place to do it, but that's it. And he bounces up really nicely, and it's actually fun to play with this guy. I'm really very impressed with how this one actually turns out, and I mean, you don't ever get him landing on his feet or anything, but it's just a fun sort of gimmick on this guy that I mean, I saw the Rumble and Frenzy figures, and like I said, I just didn't want those because I didn't get Soundwave in terms of the Voyager figure. Now up next is Sunder, and as I said before, the coloring of the actual data disc is very similar to the color of the actual cassette holder. So it kind of blends in nicely, and it's a little bit harder to see than what we had with Rewind. Which, I don't mind, I think it's really kind of cool, but again, you open it up. Now, Sunder is the exact same mold as Laserbeak, the one that came with the Voyager class Soundwave, and as I already mentioned, I didn't want that, so the only way I was going to get that mold was by getting Sunder. But really very cool. I do really like the design on here. It really kind of looks like Aztec-y and stuff. It's very cool. But the molds are identical, and the transformation on this one is actually probably better than any of the other ones. This one fully transforms. And again, you got the button here on the bottom, and all you do is bam, you slam him, and first of all, he's upright and he's fully assembled and transformed properly. You got his wings out, you got his head, you got a nice Autobot logo right there, and his little tail. And again, this is a very fun transformation. You just kind of fold that around, fold that down, boom, boom. And I mean, really very cool. Now getting a little bit higher of an angle so that you can kind of see this pretty well. Boom. I mean, that's absolutely awesome. I love that. That's so very cool. And then again, the transformer, just rotate, rotate. You kind of have to hold that down and then fold these back, and it clips into place just like so. Now, when it comes to the incorporation of the cassettes here with Blaster, you just open that up, and then I have this all the way depressed back, obviously, because I have the, well, honestly, I don't even need it all the way back because I have him in this special boombox mode. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to plug him in there and see how well he actually does in there. Just like that, and again, you just push this down and then you push this out, and it sucks. It's not very good. Let's see if I can do that. Here we go. Why I mean, I love the fact that they're trying to incorporate the gimmick or the ejecting gimmick with these Transformers now, but it's not working all that well in my opinion, and I can't get him to pop out. So he's not working properly, and I just ejected him. But I mean, Sunder is, like I said, probably the best looking. I really love the look on the guy. Really nice painted look. One thing that's cool, zooming in real close, you can actually see that he's got the little spy camera molded in there, which is really very nice. I really like that. And like I said, really good detail on this. It's a great looking guy, and like I said, simple transformation. So much easier and so much nicer than what Steel Jaws was. I mean, it's just so great looking. I love this guy. And then because I didn't really zoom in and show that before, here's Rewind. And I mean, again, a really nice look. I mean, the arms are all molded in, but that's not too bad. We're kind of used to that kind of stuff with the Cyberverse figures. So really very cool looking guys. And when it comes down to it, these two are, like I said, probably the best molds that we've gotten for these little Fall of Cybertron data discs. That being said, the Rumble and Frenzy and the Laserbeak are also probably very good. So it just really depends on which character you want. Like for me, I wanted Blaster. So Eject, Rewind, Sunder, Ramhorn, Steeljaw, all those guys are the ones that I'm going to want to have in my collection. I didn't want to spend the money to get Soundwave to be able to get the Laserbeak mold. So I'm very happy that they decided to sell these kind of ones separately so that I'd be able to get them with my Blaster figure. Now all I got to do is find Eject and Ramhorn, and I'll be perfectly fine. This is still the weakest one, and this is the one that comes with them, so that really is kind of lame, but at least you're still able to kind of collect all of them. And if you are interested in picking them, go ahead and click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store, but you won't go to these individual figures. You'll go to the set for all four of them, with Eject, Rewind, Sunder, and Ramhorn. BBTS has them at $21.99 a piece, which when you divide them in half, works out to be about $10.99, which is a fantastic price for these figures, and I do recommend getting all four of them. I mean, Eject and Rewind are basically the same, and Ramhorn looks pretty good, even though I haven't gotten him yet. But your best way to get these would be through that link down there to Big Bad Toy Store. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. Keep in touch with me. Find out recent purchases as well as all upcoming video reviews all at facebook.com/teambotimus, and follow me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Optibotimus. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.